A little bit of a surprising trade. Not that the player was moved, but maybe the cost of it. The Saints acquired wide receiver Devaughn Vele, who we talked a lot about week to week last year for the Broncos, in exchange for a 2026 sixth-round pick. But how about a 2027 fourth-round pick? I think the return might have even been a little higher than this. We'll double-check that in a second. But Devaughn Vele now, a much-needed addition for the Saints wide receiver room that's dealt with a ton of injuries over the last calendar year. Tyler Shuck, the rookie quarterback, who may or may not start, talked about the addition of Vele.
I think we have a lot of those big playability guys that we've had on the roster for a while, and I think having somebody that can come in and be somebody you can count on in those tough moments is going to be really good. So
what do you do after you find out? Like, did you go watch them? Like, what did
yeah
you start doing?
I pulled up some highlights. I was like, all right, let's check this guy out. Trying to see what's going on. But obviously super talented, super great stuff from him, and especially with the year that they had last year, being really explosive. So I'm excited to get to work with him, get to know him, and I know we're both two older guys ourselves, and get ready to roll.
Broncos got back a fourth-round pick for Vele, and this wide receiver room with the addition of Pat Bryant, Matthew, they got a little bit crowded. Troy Franklin has had a much better summer over there than his first rookie preseason as well. I think the biggest question is, how does this affect both sides, starting with Vele entering a Saints offense that has some room for targets?
Yeah, I think this is a wait and see. I mean, I think if you're in a super deep league, he got picked up in a bunch of dynasty leagues that I'm in, but I can't imagine drafting Devaughn Vele. Like, we don't know how good this offense is going to be. We don't know how much production there's going to be there, because at the moment, at least, Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, and Alvin Kamara are healthy. I understand the Saints wanting to have depth, that Kellen Moore is just like beyond those guys. It's just there start to become some question marks, and so Vele is a guy that when he's gotten opportunities in Denver has impressed. So I think this is a good NFL move, but fantasy-wise, I don't know that it really impacts that much. Because, again, unless there's an injury to one of the Saints guys I just mentioned, I can't imagine starting Vele in anything other than like the crazy deepest of leagues. And on the Denver side of the ball, you just mentioned it, right? So we'll see what happens with Pat Bryant. We'll see what happens with Troy Franklin. But we know Cortland Sutton is the one. I still carry a flicker of a flame for Marvin Mims, who I just wish could get more snaps and more playing time. Obviously, Evan Ingram coming over. There's a big signing free agent. He's going to demand a lot of targets. They've got an improved run game as well. So it clears out some opportunity there in Denver, but I don't know that you can sit here and point to any one thing like, oh, now that Devaughn Vele is gone, Troy Franklin to the moon or something like that. I still think, other than Sutton and Ingram, it's going to be a wait and see on Denver pass catchers.
Yeah, I completely agree. Another team that's adding wide receiver depth, the 49ers acquired Skyy Moore from the Chiefs. Yes, that Skyy Moore, in exchange for swapping 2027 6th and 7th round picks. This was a reaction to Demarcus Robinson, another part of their wide receiver depth, being suspended 3 games, part of the fallout from a misdemeanor DUI charge, Jay. I don't think Skyy Moore really changes anything besides gives them a warm body. Just feels like Ricky Pearsall is built for all the targets in this offense.
Yeah, I think more than Skyy Moore actually contributing to the Niners, what it mostly signals is just a reminder of how thin that receiver room is at the moment, that it really is Ricky Pearsall and then not a great deal else, at least until Brandon Ayuk gets back. But for now, and also until we get clarity on exactly what's going on with Jauan Jennings, who I guess is okay, but I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. And so until Ayuk gets back in the pass game, it's going to be Pearsall, Kittle, Jennings when he's right, and McCaffrey.
Yeah, Matthew, I feel like this move just kind of solidifies how narrow the target share is, that they went out and got Skyy Moore rather than going out and getting somebody that would have any impact.
For sure. I mean, I think, you're going to wait. We have to wait and see. To me, Jauan Jennings is the biggest question mark. I have no idea if Jauan Jennings is out for the next 6 games, if he's never going to play, or if he's there week 1 and plays 75% of the snaps. Like, I feel like we've just gotten no news whatsoever on Jauan Jennings, and we just have no concept. I've drafted a lot of Ricky Pearsall over the last week. It feels like the target tree is going to be that, like in week 1, unless we get definitive news about Jauan Jennings, you're only going to feel good about, in terms of people that can catch the ball, Pearsall, Kittle, Christian McCaffrey. All right. But Skyy Moore is somebody that had a lot of talent, just could never kind of figure it out in Kansas City. They had a lot of mouths to feed, but so it's sort of interesting. But I don't know that there's a fantasy move here other than the fact that, yeah, they're super thin at wide receiver there in San Francisco, and they're just trying to fortify.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.